When you find that exasperating anger for a film that is just so terrible, you would do anything to salvage what you can from the time that you wasted watching it. But in return, you would only find that searching in the 7 layers of hell is exactly the attention that the monstrous movie wants from you. Although, what if a disastrous film is making you question reality, and in turn making you the most overjoyed person on this sad planet? That is what The Room will do to the pleasant soul and the flesh and blood that you call your body. But what exactly makes a bad movie good? Where does this passion come from, and why do I feel for Johnny's terrible pain?
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
Let's talk about why The Room is the best worst movie. I am the Old Tin Man. If you're new to these analysis videos, click the subscribe button below and keep an eye out for material on various TV shows, movies, and games. Don't forget to hit that bell notification button to stay notified when a new video is released. Leave your stupid comments in your pockets, and let's start. Tommy Wiseau, Ozzy Osbourne's lost brother from Poland, is the reason The Room is a part of our existence. Yes, this guy is the reason I'm making this video. Anyway, as the producer, director, writer, and hero of the film, Tommy 6 Million made this.
I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Let's look at this movie as if it was created by someone who has never had contact with human life before. The Room's plot is so unrealistic that the structure of the entire story derails immediately. Essentially, The Room is a short story extended to a whole 99 minutes. With so much ridiculous, drawn-out transitions that usually involve unnecessary sex scenes, or Johnny and his best friends attempting to play catch with a football. The narrative revolves around a somehow successful banker, Johnny, and his future lovable wife, Lisa, who he loves so much. Seriously, this guy will not stop talking about her.
Because Lisa, I'm so happy I have you as my best friend, and I love Lisa so much.
Jesus Christ. Apparently, Lisa has a master's in manipulation, with a concentration in idiocy, since she tries to make things more interesting by going for Johnny's best friend, Mark.
I miss you.
I just saw you. What are you talking about?
Lisa and Mark are perhaps the worst deceivers this world has ever known.
I gotta go.
I didn't mean to chase you off. I should stick around for a while.
I gotta work early. See ya.
And it goes on like this for the whole movie. Since the whole storyline is focused on Johnny's unconditional love for Lisa and Lisa's selfless deeds, the other subplots rely on nothing and lead to nothing. What makes more sense than nothing? Of course, we need to have one scene where we find one of the supporting characters dealing with a chaotic drug lord. I gotta say, this scene really got me. Denny's life is on the line here, but thankfully everyone in the damn movie saves Denny and yell at him for a little bit.
What kind of drugs do you take? Stop ganging up on me!
You listen to me, old boy!
We can only assume that Denny dies after the movie, since who the hell can stop a dangerous thug like Chris R from getting what he wants?
Where's my money, Danny?
Now, let's talk about character development. There is none. Out of the 11 people that do speak in the movie, every one of them exaggerate their character's emotions. The doggy is the only living thing in the movie that has the most natural emotion in the entire film.
Hi, doggy.
The characters themselves are so misrepresented that you can't help but not have any sympathy for them, even Lisa's mom.
I definitely have breast cancer.
Even this guy. Who the hell does he think he is coming into the story in the last 20 minutes and be so deeply involved? Let's take a look at Steven here for a minute. One of the greatest switches in film history takes a part here. Steven here only exists because the actor who played Johnny's friend Peter quit during production. It's so wonderful to see Peter evolve into a completely different person with a different name. It's just like Pokemon.
How can you do this?
Thank you for saving the day, Steven, with your concern for Johnny and Lisa's relationship. Suck up. These impractical depictions of these characters is what makes the movie so satisfying. The traditional developing character in our ordinary film has a realistic character arc. On the other hand, the characters in The Room are so unpredictable that the end result is oddly original. Despite the bland structure in the characters, their unintentional ridiculous comments is what really classifies The Room as a cult classic. The performances between amateur actors collide together to make some of the most awkward and priceless moments. Not only do these characters bring in the most of their inelegant nature, but a large portion of the dialogue, mostly from Johnny's character, is dubbed over in post-production. The majority of these dubbed scenes are some of the best lines in the movie. If it's Johnny's glorious accent,
Danny, don't worry about that.
Or the flower lady finally realizing it's Johnny behind those sunglasses.
Yeah, can I have a dozen red roses, please?
Oh, hi, Johnny. I didn't know it was you.
These are the parts that really flourish the room's strengths. To be honest, these strengths are only weaknesses that are unmistakably visible. So unbelievable that you have to wonder how this movie was in the best condition to be published. I'm beginning to think that nobody, besides Tommy, even reviewed the final cut of the movie before its release. Thank God. The Room will live on to be the go-to movie that will fulfill our satisfaction for the arts of awfulness. Everything about this movie screams nonsensical. A movie like The Room is separated from every mainstream movie out there. It doesn't fall into the same category as any believable film. Tommy's vision for this movie is foreign to anyone that lives in an ordinary life. So take a break from a good movie and think about watching one that will make you appreciate those good movies. And I'm not talking about Birdemic. That movie is beyond terrible and, in fact, bad for the eyes. Thank you for watching this video and consider subscribing for more analysis videos on movies. Find me on the Twitter for more discussions on The Room and many other topics. What would you like to see me analyze next? Thank you again, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you.